Hello everybody, and welcome to this little mini edition of Forever Wild, the television program dedicated to environmental education in the Horry County Schools and for the Horry County Conservation Foundation. My name is Ben Abercrombie. I'm going to be leading you on a little bit of an interesting topic today. This is going to be about how you can combine the digital technology with your smart devices and your personal electronic devices with nature by using crowdsourced data. Now, how you do that, there's several different applications that you can use to do that, or apps, so to speak, and that are available on the Android as well as the Apple market, or the iOS system, they call that. One of them is called Inaturalist. We're going to be going over that particular app right now, but both Inaturalist and Project Noah have applications that are very applicable to this. You can use either one. We like to use Inaturalist just because that's what we're most familiar with. So let's take a look at Inaturalist really quickly. Now, this is what Inaturalist is. I want to show it to you really here on the camera here. If you can look here really closely on my phone. I do have the iPhone. Once again, it is applicable on the Droid system. I want to touch Inaturalist. It's going to come up with the bird symbol. And it's going to give me a listing of all the different species I have just found. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how to take data for the Inaturalist system. All right. At the bottom, you'll see several different buttons. You'll see an Explore button, Activity button, Observe button, and Me. You also have more buttons to the right there if you need them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Explore, or excuse me, I'm going to go to Observe. Okay. If I come to Observe, you can see my camera's active now. Whatever's in front of it is now active. And so what I'm going to do, I can either take a picture with the green button here, or I can go to my photo gallery here on the right, or I can say no photo and just give a written description. It's always better if you can get visual data. It's just better to learn that way for people. It's better to identify things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go behind us, and we're going to take this tree behind us and get an example of this. This tree behind us is very easy to distinguish because it has a very easy to distinguish leaf. I'm going to pick a leaf and show you exactly how to take a picture. However, I would not recommend picking leaves. I would recommend leaving nature intact if you could. But what I like to do is I like to take a picture of something very specific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that on the plane of my picture. I'm going to take a picture of the leaf. So I've got a picture there. And I'm going to hit next. And then I'm going to add another observation by hitting the plus sign up here. So if you can see that, I'm going to hit plus. Okay, and I'm going to add another picture. I'm going to take the front and the back side of the leaf. So if you see here, I've got the front side, now I've got the back side in the photo. Alright, and now I'm going to hit next. I'm going to add one more photo. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go take a picture of the bark of that tree. It's kind of back in the woods here a little bit, so I'll be right back. I'm going to say next. There's a picture of the bark. You can see the bark. It's kind of in uneven sunlight there. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit what did you see? Okay, that is the next button down from my observation. Once again, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to hit what did you see? And it's going to give me a description of some of the species that it could be. Now the database is crowdsourced, so it uses smart technology to be able to identify this. This is really the cutting edge of the next generation coming through of using crowdsourced data to identify. So what you're going to do is you're going to touch American holly, and you're going to touch it on the little eye. The little eye is for information. And I'm going to look at other people's pictures of the American holly, and I'm going to compare them to my pictures. And they seem to be really accurate, so I believe I'm pretty close here. If you look here, I have got in our home range. That's in our home range. It dropped to pinpoint, and other people finding it in our home range. Really common here. So I think I may want to select that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say select American holly, and I'm going to go share. So down at the bottom here it says share. Click on share. That's going to share the American holly up there. But the interesting thing about Inaturalist is it will drop a pinpoint. And if you have your GPS enabled on your smart device, it will drop a pinpoint to wherever you're standing, and it will geosync to your photograph to be able to let people know where you found that particular plant or animal, okay, or fungus. It's a really interesting device. It works on any level of biology. Plant kingdom, animal kingdom, or fungus kingdom. It's really cool. So I'm going to go here, touch on the American holly that I just found. It gives me the information. It shows me my pictures that I found. I can scroll through them. So that's exactly what I just found. So what will happen is this will go out for a period of time, and it will go out on the web, and it will either be confirmed or it will not be confirmed by other people on the crowd which is on the cloud of data out there on this particular website. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit Explore. It drops us right down to where we are here, and you can see all the observations. They'll pop up here that people have been doing at Play Card, and they've actually been making these observations. Our students make these observations on a daily basis, so they're really, really amazing, the amount of data sets we've been able to get here. Anybody that's had access to the internet can see these things. They're really awesome. So if you'll look here, our American holly should have popped up here. Let's see if that's it. Let's see if that's it. Oh, nope, somebody else found a hickory nut. That was an older observation. So look here. Ah, another hickory nut. That's a hickory tree right behind me. If you look over here, look at there, sparkleberry. So it has not had time to link up to the network yet, but it will. It will drop a point there. Now if you look around here, let's find some other observations that people have found. So you can go here, the green observation. There's another American holly somebody found. So we know there's an American holly tree there. If you go down in the woods over here, you see another American holly. American holly are all over the place. See there? Look at there. 3 of them, 3 American hollies. They're green because they're easy to identify. Now, some of the harder to identify species are these. That was somebody that took a turkey tail fungus, we believe, but we're not sure that was a turkey tail. So it comes up in red. It wasn't confirmed. Okay, that means somebody not really sure out there what that is. When you take fungus picture, you want to take the top, the side, and the bottom of a fungus picture. I'm going to give you an example of what a good fungus picture would look like. So I'm going to show you here. This is a species that we found last week. This is called common bonnet. Common bonnets. Okay, if you look there, you can see the top of the fungus. There's another picture of the cap. We got a picture of the gills, either their gills or their pores. Took it underneath the picture. That's a good picture. And we took a picture of the stipe of the stem of the plant with the gills at the bottom there. So that was a really good way to take multiple pictures of a fungus so you could identify it. The more data that you collect on this, the more people can help you identify your species, and the more accurate your identification process will be. So if you want to study more about nature, let's say you want to go exploring, okay, in another area, what you would do is you go down here to this button and you'd hit Explore. All right, I hit Explore, and now I can actually zoom out, and I could go down. Let's go to Conway here. Let's go to Conway virtually. We'll go down to Conway. Let's see, where's Conway at here? Follow the river. Here we go. There's Galvin's Ferry. Come down from Galvin's Ferry. There's Conway. Okay. Now, if I leave it there long enough, it'll start pinpointing some pinpoints in and around Conway that other people have taken. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on one of these right behind one of these buildings in Conway here. Somebody found a pecan. Okay, so there's a pecan right there, a pecan. All right, if you look right here, there somebody found a button bush. Isn't that a beautiful picture? That's along the river in Conway there. It's on the Riverwalk. So if you look here, there's another Riverwalk species, Spanish moss. So people are using this technology, whether it's parents or students or just the general public, to go out and learn about nature. And you might as well get your kids involved with it because it's a neat trend that's happening in the naturalist community. And it's a great way to map things. So if you're a school and you want to make a map of your school site, just have your kids go out and use their devices and explore nature. Let me give one word of caution. Do not have any child put any photograph on this. That is not allowed on the research site. As a matter of fact, it's against the rules of the site here to use this as a social media site. That's not what it's for. It's for research purposes only, for other species, not for human beings. Okay, so don't take pictures of yourself or other people. That's against the rules. And if you look here, this is grasses and ferns. Just look there, interesting. So you're going to look up and down, and you're going to find some species, maybe species that they couldn't figure out. So nobody else is identified that. There's a long-nosed gar, Lepisosteus osseus. Somebody caught that in the river, put that right there, caught that. That's amazing what they caught. So if you'll look, there's just a lot of ways to use the resource. Along the coast, in the mountains, anywhere you are. If you want to explore nature before you get there, you can actually do some research before you get there. When you get there, you can do your own research. So Inaturalist is a game changer. It is a way that you can become a very good naturalist very quickly and have at least the nuts and bolts of learning about what nature is in the palm of your hand. This wasn't available 10 years ago. It just started just a few years ago, and we really were lucky enough to kind of stumble onto this. Miss Leanna McMillan helped us find this, and she was a intern at the time from Coastal Carolina University. So it's a very interesting program. one that we've been using ever since, and we're going to give a real thank you to everybody that helps us discover this and help us learn more about nature. So crowdsource your data, have fun with nature, learn about digital naturalism, use your Web 2.0 resources as a tool to get outside so you can focus kids on using their technology is more than just a social media tool or something to talk to their buddies or play a game on. This is a great way to use it for science. For Forever Wild, I'm Ben Abercrombie. Stay forever wild.